Hey guys, and welcome to my review of the Anker RGB gaming mouse with 6 DPI levels. In the box you get the mouse itself along with the instruction manual, so not much there. The build quality of the mouse is generally pretty decent. The top is made out of a nice feeling soft touch plastic that is unfortunately prone to fingerprints, and the sides and back of the mouse are made out of a cheaper feeling yet sturdy black plastic. On the top you will find the left click, right click, and DPI adjustment button along with the scroll wheel that can also click in. This is also where you will find the RGB Anker logo. On the left side you will find the forward and back buttons, meaning this mouse was mainly designed for right-handed users. On the bottom you will find 3 slippery feet to help the mouse glide smoothly, along with the optical sensor, which I will get back to later. The buttons on the mouse all feel clicky and responsive, where the biggest letdown here is the scroll wheel, as each little step as you scroll does not feel very pronounced. Ergonomically, I really like the shape of this mouse as it fits my hand perfectly, however the lack of any rubber grips on the sides is somewhat noticeable. For RGB lighting, this mouse has 2 major zones, being the Anker logo on the top of the mouse and the ring of RGB lighting that surrounds the base of the mouse. Both of these lights, as well as other options on the mouse, can be controlled via the provided software downloaded from Anker's website. Saying that this software was glitchy during my testing would be an understatement, however some basic function could be controlled once it decides to work. For the main bottom ring of RGB lighting, you can change it between off, mix, which seems to breathe between random colors, flash, which seems to flash randomly around the base, spark, which sort of snakes around the base, rainbow, which breathes between all the colors, my personal favorite, flow, which creates a flowing rainbow around the entire base, and finally a breathing option that matches the color of the main logo. Sadly though, there is no solid on option to just select the color you want to match your setup. For the logo, there are unfortunately even fewer options for lighting, where it is always on a breathing effect that is set to the color you choose that is also tied to a DPI setting. Speaking of DPI, you can adjust the DPI levels in the software to be anywhere from 200 to 6400 DPI in increments of 200, and these DPI settings will be cycled by clicking the DPI adjustment button, and each of these 6 programmable DPI settings are also tied to a color of your choosing. In the software there are also other settings to make other small adjustments to the mouse, however I kept all of these on the default setting during my testing. Also included is the option to create macros, which is nice to have if you can get the software to work properly. For performance, Anker does not specifically mention what sensors used in the mouse, however they do mention it has a 1000 Hz polling rate, and in my testing it did seem accurate without any immediate drawbacks, however this may not hold true for more competitive gameplay. Also keep in mind that I am not an expert on the sensors of mice, so this is just what I experienced as an average consumer using the mouse in a more casual way. In all, for just $11, I think that this is not a bad entry-level gaming mouse with all of the basic features such as durability done well, as long as you're prepared to deal with a less than ideal software experience with some limited cosmetic features. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and if you have any suggestions for a future video, please be sure to leave them in the comment section below.